Hey everybody, it's John. Welcome to the second day of the challenge. Just gonna start it off. Today's question is, what is something that is illegal that you think should be legal? So my answer to that would be self-plagiarism, which is when you quote or use your own previous work in a new work and don't cite where it's from. And that in itself is really why, like, I understand plagiarism when you're passing off somebody else's work as your own, and you're, like, it's basically copying and stealing. But like, you can't really, like, I guess you can copy your own work, but you can't steal your own work and your own idea. You can't pass it off as your own if it already is your own idea. And like, I suppose maybe the necessity to like say where this idea came from is necessary, but at the same time, no, because it doesn't make sense. Like, for instance, like if I was gonna during the creation of this video right here, I just decided to quote back to something that I've written before or I've said before, and if I left that undocumented on where that line came from or where that idea came from, then technically this video would have been self-plagiarized and therefore invalid in some cases. But that doesn't make any sense, because for all you know, I could have just been re-saying it again, or there really is no necessity to say, like, where did this come from, because I said it. And so it's like, well, what relevance does it matter, or what does it matter if, what does it matter where it first came from? Another thing that I think is not necessarily stupid or like a bad law, but like something that should maybe be tweaked instead. But to preface this, I don't know the persecutions for this, but manslaughter, and I say that out loud and it sounds kind of really bad because manslaughter is a gruesome word, but manslaughter is when you kill someone but unintentionally, and it's like the real basics of it. Like, in the act of doing something, somebody else dies of your own, like, directly influenced by you, but that wasn't your intent. That, I think, is really, like, how do you punish somebody for something they didn't intend to do? I guess, like, if you wanted to be, like, rule by rule official about it, you could say, like, that person killed someone, so they should be punished. But at the same time, like, that's making them up to be the same thing as a murderer, which they're not, because they aren't trying to kill someone. They just did it on accident, which, like, sounds like a really third grade argument, but it's still a valid one. Yeah. And so, like, I just don't understand, like, like, thinking about this as on an emotional standpoint, like, this person probably already feels bad for making someone lose their life, and, like, and not even, like, foreseeing that to happen. And they just think they already have to deal with the fact that there is blood on their hands. So to put somebody in jail for that, like, when they already did not want that feeling, did not want to kill that person, had nothing against that person possibly, and they just somehow died, or somehow died makes them just feel like they fell off a cliff. But like, they died by their actions without that being the result desired, is really, like, that's not a fair, like, judgment to put down on someone. But yeah, the self-plagiarism and manslaughter, two words I never thought I would have to bring up in the same sentence, but those are crimes that I think should not be considered illegal. One thing I will say about the manslaughter thing is, like, at the same time it should be illegal, because if you just say that, like, if you accidentally kill someone it's okay, you won't get in trouble for it, then everybody would be like, oh man, officer, it wasn't my fault. He died. I didn't like. That's not what I wanted, dude. That's not. I didn't want him dead. He just kind of died on accident. It wasn't me. You know, there's a lot for that, right? Yeah, it wasn't me. Like that would happen too often, and that would be really bad. And like if you had to think about it on a greater scale, even though I'm pretty sure nobody would believe it, but if you're like, if there was like a school shooting, and then you were like, that wasn't my intent. I meant to just scare people, you know, shoot windows and doors. If people dying, that was not my intention. Then you could just call that like mass manslaughter, and then that would be legal, and that would be bad because then nobody would be in jail for things like that, and that would not be hunted down. So I guess manslaughter does have its purpose, but at the same time I feel like it should be altered in a way to make more sense. But at the same time as well, I don't know what is the crime for, or what is the punishment for manslaughter. So yeah. Self-plagiarism is stupid, manslaughter is both confusing but at the same time necessary. Soft recap. Stop dog. Thank you everybody for tuning in. See you tomorrow with another question, another topic, and maybe I'll be less sick because this is the worst. See you later guys. Bye.